What is up, guys and girls playing a WoW? My name is Golddox, and today I'm going to be explaining you guys how I play the Holy Paladin. I'm also going to explain which gems, enchants and glyphs I think personally is the best, and yeah. I'm also going to show you my combat routine, not combat routine but healing routine, so yeah. I'll start off by showing my gear off, and yeah, as you can see, I don't have the full Session 13 Conquest gear, and that is because I had a little break for World of Warcraft, and now I got into it again. So as you can see here, at my helm, I got 432 spirit and 3% increase critical effect, and I also got 80 plus intellect and 120 stamina. You know, I'm not going to go over all the enchants I have here, but there will be a link in the description for a website which is called Nozick, and they says what kind of gems and enchants you should choose, and I have chosen my gems and enchants from that website. So yeah. So I am just going to go over all my gear so you guys can see. There will also be which enchants you need in weapons and all that crazy stuff. So that was for my gear. Now I'm going to be showing you my combat routine. So the first thing I always start with doing in arenas is I click on my partner, which I say this is my partner, and I first pop Blessing of Might, and then I put Beacon of Light. Bacon, what the fuck. And I also put Seal of Instance on myself. So yeah. So next up, we just go behind the pillars and stuff and hiding, and then my team partner is going to rush and try to kill them. And I in the start I always go for get some holy power, so I basically just spam holy shock. You know, that's the main thing you need to spam in your paladin. So as you can see here, I pressed it once, and then I got this little bar. That means I got one holy power. So now this is up again. I can press one more time, and then the bar starts to fill up more. So as you can see here, now Divine Light and Holy Light starts to light up. So what I usually do is, if the health is not that high, I just basically use Holy Light. What this lighting does, it just basically makes you cast the Holy Light or Divine Light, which one you choose, faster. So before I go further into my combat routine, I'll just show you my macros. So let's just open it up. As you guys can see, I got 3 macros, but this macro is basically just a red pala macro, so that's not useful in this video. So I first got my health macro, and I used the health macro both as Pala healer and Paladin DPS, you know. So this health macro basically pops your Hand of Freedom and Divine Protection. So this is very useful when you're in arena and you are against, let's say, Frost Mage. You know, Frost Mage is really irritating because they got all the CCs and they got a really large amount of damage. So this basically pops if let's say the Frost Mage is on my teammate. So I basically press on him and I press the macro. So just press it like that. As you can see, it's down here. So now it both pop the Hand of Freedom and the Divine Protection. So as you can see, the Divine Protection basically reduce magical damage taken by 40% for 10 seconds. So that is really useful when you are against that Frost Mage. And it's also Hand of Freedom is also very useful against a Frost Mage, because it gets away with all the CCs, and so you're not going to be slowed for a long time. Okay, so the next macro I'll go into is my one-shot healing macro. So as you guys can see here, in my one-shot healing macro, I basically just pop a Renthing Wrath, Holy Avenger, Guardian of Ascendant Kings or something. You know, I'm not that good at English. Holy Prism, and I use my trinket here, which basically, you know, increase my health. I know there was some other trinkets I could use, but I just basically took this one because, yeah. And then I'm also popping Divine 4. So this is just basically all my cooldowns I pop in one macro, and I think this is a really overpowered macro. So now I'm just going to be showing off the macro. So now my good friend Nakonse here is now going to burst me a little bit down, nearly to 0 health, and then he will just stop, and I'll just... Okay, so now I just pop it, and yeah, I just basically spam all my buttons. Got a flash of light there, then full health. And now, if he now tries to pop his one-shot macro, he will now do a lot more damage. As you can see, I can easy mode get up, you know, it nearly doesn't take any damage on me. And I can even attack him while I'm in this. So as you can see, it just heals like crazy. So yeah, that is for my one-shot healing macro. Now to the next. Well, there isn't no next macro. Okay, that was for my macros. Now I'm going to go further into my combat routine. So now my good friend Nakonse is now going to burst me a little bit down. Not completely down, but just so I have a little bit of help. Oh, as you can see, I just got that stupid shield. So just going a little bit down. So now I would just basically first pop my Holy Shock, and then this usually ticks, and I'm just going to pop Holy Light for now. And then I'm going to use Holy Shock one more time to get more holy power, as you can see. Now I use my Holy Prism because it gives a little bit damage and it heals like crazy. I pop one more time, and as you can see, I got fully, you know, my Ancient Flame, or I don't know what you call it, just pops. And so in this case, I would just, as you can see, I just popped my wings again, and now I heal like crazy. You can see all this heals. 200,000, 100,000, 900, 0. That's just crazy healing, and that is not, you know, that is without my one-shot macro. That's just with my wings, you know. So as you can see, when I got really low health, I pop my one-shot macro, my one-shot healing macro. Meanwhile he was damaged me down. I use Holy Shock to get fully holy power. So after I got, you know, 3 stacks of holy power, I used my Internal Flame, and yeah, so that was for my combat routine, my fully combat routine. So yeah, so the last thing I want to mention in my combat routine is my talents, because my talent is a really big thing about my combat routine. So first of all, I got Speed of Light, and I just think it's the most OP thing, because when I just need to get away and, you know, get behind the pillars, I just basically pops it, and I've bind it on my Razor Naga, so it's just easy for me to get away by using that. The next I got Riptains, or what you call it, you know. This just, I also think this is OP, you know. It's only got 15-second cooldown, and I can stun for like, and I can stun 7 seconds, which is a lot. The next talent I have is Internal Flame, and this just, you know, make healing over seconds. So yeah, that's really good. And next I got Clemency, and that just basically makes that I can use my Hand of Freedom 2 times. You can see that there. And I can use my Hand of Protection 2 times. Yeah. And the next thing I got is Certified Wrath, and you know, you can just read what it does because it does a lot of things. But as you can see, it reduced the cooldown of Holy Shock by 50%. So that's just insane. You know, I can nearly spam this all the time. I got 1.5 second cooldown. And the next thing I have is Holy Prism, and I also think Holy Prism is really good because, you know, it makes damage, and it is also heals me, so that's really good. So the last thing I want to mention is my glyphs. So you can just basically find my glyphs on Nozick. It will just be so much easier just to look at that, because I can't even say the words right. So yeah. So I hope this video was useful for some of you guys. So now I'll just show it off in a arena with Nakonsa. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave it a thumbs up. So yeah, and if I did something wrong or you think I should do something new, definitely make sure to put it in the description below. So see you guys later. Bye. Golddox out.